Welcome back, YouTubers. You are on the end of a new stick. So, so today's ordeal is going to be figure out power for this stupid thing. I don't know how I'm going to run it yet. I want to have fuses up on the engine, and I want to have the fuses in the box. But I don't know where I'm going to mount them on the front of the truck yet. So I'm thinking I'm going to mount them to the top of the intake. There's 3 bolts there. I have a template for it, so I'm going to probably mount them there. I have, 3 alternators and the starter and the main feed. So I want to have fuses for basically every one of them, just in case shit hits the fan. Even though last time I was running this, I didn't have those, but where I'm going to run them now, I don't know if I want to have them or it's good insurance, but we'll see. Still trying to hash out the idea of where I want them, if I can have them, and then I'm going to have to run the new cable, which is behind me here. Airbolt. I gotta fix the box. I gotta go out through a different hole, down the center of the truck, up into the tunnel cover, or transmission tunnel, and then up behind the engines where I want to go. Because of where I want the exhaust to be, bad shit is going to happen if I run them down the frame, because I got to run the exhaust over top of the frame, and I don't want to burn them. I don't trust heat tape or shields or anything like that just yet. So I want to get them completely out of the way, that way I don't have to worry about it later. I do still have the front boost connector wire going up the frame, so I gotta cover that, and I've got the air line on the passenger side going down the frame, and I'm gonna have to cover that. I think I have an idea for that. I'm gonna make a metal shield for it, and then run the exhaust over top of it, and then heat wrap it. But yeah, I just want to run the cables in a different way, just because I am who I am. So I'm going to get at it. I've got the time lapse somewhere right there, the little green thing. So it's currently running. Yeah, so it is 9 o'clock in the morning. I woke up to howling cats, so I'm not all with it today. But we'll see what we can do. Oh, and it's -5 outside. So the heater's gonna have to be running. Yay. So, off we go. fuse plate in place. It's not the way I was thinking of it at first, but this is what I came up with. This is an old, I wouldn't say mud flap, it's for running boards. For the old 92 to 98 Chevys, I think, or Fords, or whatever. But it's for the really wide, flat running boards that you can put onto trucks. Work had quite a few of them. They weren't going to use them anymore, so I grabbed a few sets of these. I think I've got 3 more left. But yeah, that fits perfectly fine on the top of the intake. I've put the bolts in, there's 4 of them. There's one underneath that fuse. And since the intake is plastic, I don't have to worry about shorting out too much. So the back one here is going to be the starter. I think this one's going to be alternator, this one's going to be an alternator, this one's going to be an alternator, and that one's going to be a main feed for the fuse panel. So that's what we're at now. I just got to run the cable for the starter and the main feed and see if I can turn the thing on. Hopefully it will shit to life. It hasn't been started in how long? 3-4 months now? Probably before Christmas. So yeah, probably 3-4 months now. It's been sitting in this general location. Transmission's been out of it. Transmission's back in it. But yeah, hopefully I can get it kind of moving under its own power again. Okay, boys and girls, after a day and some, I didn't bring you along for any of the mid updates like I usually do, but everything is in place, and I fired the truck just a second ago and everything works, well, for what I can get. Yeah, one of the 2 batteries that I've got normally in place, I relabeled pretty much everything else, reworked the cables a little bit, and then wired or labeled all this. So now power is on the main. I can go over here. I've got power to my front and rear plugs, which also does my winch. The cables now go through a hole in the back, not through the side. I had to cover that up, so it goes through that, over top of the gas tank, down the frame. And it's kind of hidden now versus where it was. You can see a little bit of the one, and then it goes up and over the top of the transmission. And oh, this thing's in gas in here. And then now it comes up to this plate. So the front 2 are what the hell is it? Alternator, or main, I think, is back there, and these are 2 and 3. And then you got starter and you got main feed. Main feed runs over to here right now, and the starter one obviously goes down to the fucking starter. So that one is like a 2-aught cable. It goes all the way back to the thing, and then it runs down, and then I'm not sure if you can see it, but it loops around. It goes over top right there. So it goes over top the frame, or over top the exhaust, and it comes back around and then goes into the starter. underneath the manifold. I gotta still get some heat wrap for that and cover that up and possibly put a heat shield underneath it. So with that, the ECU now sits here. Redid that, and I still gotta get the throttle off the box here because it's backwards, and put it where I want it to go. But so far, everything is working. There you have it. Loud as fuck at the moment. I have no exhaust on this thing. And I just noticed the check engine light came on. Obviously because I have no exhaust on it, I have no two sensors. So if that's the only thing it has, that's no problem. After stripping the entire harness down, rebuilding it the way I want, taking all the AC and automatic transmission shit out, and then rewiring pretty much all my battery cables. There's a few loose grounds that I had. One I ripped when I did the body lift, and the where the hell is it? The body to block ground, but the ground to the frame was loose, so that could have some problems. And then I noticed I have a hole that's got some goop on it. I don't think I did that. It's got some RTV gasket maker sealing up a hole. And that's for the throttle box. That's the thing that does my gas pedal. That goes to the gas pedal, and that goes to the ECU. And then it goes down to tell that to do its thing. I had to look that up because I want make an extension cable. I wanted to plug into that and then just extend it out. What I ended up doing is just extending the fucking wire. I had to cut the wire, extend it to the way I want, and then ooh, she's getting windy today. And then terminate it the way I need it. So other than that, she's up and running again. Now I have many more other things to do. The thing on my list is gas filler. I gotta put one here. I gotta move it from there to here. I gotta put it here. And then once I do that, actually physically move this bloody truck again. So for right now, I'm gonna call it a day. I've made enough progress over the these 2 days to make it that I'm happy with it. So now I gotta bring in my toaster and park it for the night so I can drive it to work tomorrow. So I'll catch you next weekend, maybe. It's going to be a long weekend. I don't know what I'm going to be doing just yet. Still haven't got the engine for the buddy's truck SUV thingy. So I don't think I'll be doing it that weekend. I'll be finishing up this, putting some gas into it, and probably kicking it out the door so I can bring some other stuff in. Namely the one for the engine. I gotta get this one out of the way first. So, check it later. Don't forget to like and subscribe to more antics of this shite.